Welcome back to Mindful Chatter, where the focus is Black women's mental health. I want to talk about this Jaxn and Derrick Jackson divorce situation. So I'm not a social media person, and I didn't even know who Derrick Jackson was until the video came out about a year ago of him acknowledging his infidelity and having his wife there by his side saying that she's going to stick with him, which that was just a complete mess for a number of reasons. First and foremost, he never said I did anything. He was totally dissociating and saying Derrick Jackson did these things as if his name is not Derrick Jackson. People were also talking about the fact that in the video, his wife is, not really put together. She's there with like a little beanie or a bonnet on, and it just wasn't a good look. So anyway, that's how I became familiar with who this guy is. So fast forward to today, I see where someone had posted the divorce announcement, and I'm scrolling through the comments to see what people have to say about the situation. And this is when I really just got pissed off. People were calling her a loony bin, saying things like she's probably always been unhinged or a loose cannon. I can't stand when people use these insensitive, derisive terms to refer to somebody who is clearly struggling with a mental health issue. It shows the level of ignorance and the lack of sensitivity that exists around mental health, and highlights exactly why there's still so much stigma associated with mental illness. The other thing that really got under my skin was people saying things like, oh, well, he can only do what she would allow. She ain't no victim. Self-righteous people who are completely disconnected from reality bother me. Are we really going to sit up here and pretend that most Black women have not been victims of some kind of abuse or mistreatment? We see the level of instability and dysfunction that's present in the Black community, how the community is filled with crime, violence, how Black males are engaged in sexual perversion, violating and abusing women and children. And then we will turn right around and act as if Black women who have experienced these things, or even if it isn't this extreme, are still dealing with some trauma or issue from their own childhood and upbringing, are supposed to make an excellent choice in mate. My channel is dedicated to Black women being honest about their personal issues so they can heal, make better choices, and get the most out of life. So I'm all for personal responsibility and taking accountability. But what I can't stand is people acting like you making a poor decision because you are functioning from a place of longing equates to you deserving any mistreatment that you receive. Yes, the unfortunate reality is that many of us have emotional voids. And when you don't get what you need to be okay, that is going to cause you to function from a place of desperation. It's going to cause you to look for love in all the wrong places, to not necessarily be able to see character flaws. All over this platform, I'm seeing people talk about how, oh, Black women are too desperate, and that's why they keep getting what they're getting. Desperation is not malice. If you're desperate, it's because something basic and essential is missing. That doesn't make you a bad person. They act like because you are choosing from a place of desperation that you have ill intent. In the majority of these cases, these dudes can see a woman like Jaxn from a mile away. And that is the attraction. When you are a sick narcissist, unwilling to deal with your own crap, and get a rush from being able to control and emotionally manipulate somebody, you seek out women with this level of emotional damage and you capitalize on it. So by virtue of the fact that that was the attraction, you wanted her because you saw that she was weak, you saw that she could be played with, you saw that she could be manipulated, she is a victim of your sickness. And no, I'm not saying that this is literally what happened with Derrick and Danae. I don't know their backstory. I don't know how they got together. I'm making a general statement about predatory niggas. This woman, Danae, is clearly suffering a mental breakdown right before our eyes. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 videos of this woman. She's engaged in this hyper-religious rambling. Her presentation, just like her facial expressions and Her speech pattern is like very
Let the
bizarre.
words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth.
In one video, she appeared to be speaking in tongues. Hopefully, Danae going through this divorce will give her clarity and be the thing that helps her heal. Because that whole situation just seems very toxic and destructive. If you enjoy the content that I produce here at Mindful Chatter, please hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video. Thanks for listening.